Hello everybody. I thought it'd be kind of nice to share this video with you and do a little bit of work on one of my nicer watches. And I could tell you right now, this is not a James Bond watch. This is a Guess Collection watch. I believe it was our first year anniversary. My wife got this watch for me. And I had been looking at a lot of watches, and I saw this watch, I remember, and I just loved it. I thought it was really sharp, and she liked it a lot too. And so, yeah, she got it for my first anniversary. But it needs a new battery, and so I had to buy a little kit here, as well as some spare batteries. And the reason why I'm kind of doing this myself is because a lot of places over the years, they stopped doing this for you. If you went in there with a nice enough watch, they would, unless it was, like if you bought it at an actual watch store and you bring back the watch to the store you bought it from, I'm sure they do, whatever repairs and things for you. But I used to take this to like different shops and I started to hear fairly often that we don't take them, we won't open up the back of someone's watch anymore. Anyway, I wanted to show you this nice little kit. How much was this kit? I think it was only like $15, and it comes with quite a number of items to do, like works on the links, things like that. So on the back of this watch, this tool here, you have to have the right grooves and spaced just right in order to unscrew the back of the watch. So you have to get these pieces screwed in, but I had to find the square looking pieces. Those are the ones that were going to fit in there, and so let's look for those. And I'm not doing just a straight voiceover. I'm doing a voiceover on top of the actual sound, because I actually felt like these were some relaxing sounds when I was doing this. So just gotta put these 3 pieces on here, and embarrassingly enough, when I tried to put the tool on the watch, of course the watch comes out of the holder. But in the case of taking the back off, it was actually just as easy just to do it without having the watch in the holder. So you'll kind of see how that all happens here. Lining up 3 notches like this was pretty hard. Just about had it and it slipped off. See, just when you think you've got it, it would come off. Now on the manual, and in some other things I've seen, yeah, look at that. See, it popped out of there. So I was like, you know what? I think it'd just be easier just to hold it myself. But I do know, I've seen some other, I don't know if it was videos or manuals or something like that, but a lot of times they just take the wristband off. So we got it loose. Now we can work on getting that back unscrewed. And then I was glad I had the foresight to put down the cloth. You know, I've had this watch for, oh my goodness, 25 years. And I'm sure you can tell when you look at the band and other parts of it. When you get a better look at the watch, you can definitely see it's got its nicks. It has 25 years of wear on it. And I kept thinking, I'm probably doing this wrong too. There's probably, the little holder that holds the battery in. There's probably something to like loosen it up and take it off and then pull the battery out. But I just kind of flipped the battery out of the holder and just slide the new battery in under the holder. And it actually went right back in pretty easy. So I believe I was expecting it was going to be a little more difficult than that. Because this was actually my first time changing out the battery on this watch. I had always taken it somewhere else. And my wife actually got me a different watch as a gift years later. So I actually had not worn this watch for quite a while. And the other watch that she got me is an Invicta, and it looks a lot like the watch from Casino Royale. And I think what had happened was I was trying to find. I knew I couldn't. I'll never be able to buy an Omega watch. That's just not in the cards. Love them, beautiful watches. I watch in the Bond community. A lot of the guys out there, they've got their Omega watches. That won't be me. But I found an Invicta that looked a lot like the Casino Royale watch, and I was happy with what I had found. But at the time, it was still pretty expensive. So I'm thinking, no, I can't get that watch. But I must have been looking at it at Amazon or something at one point. And I think my wife saw it in the search history, and then so she got it for one of our other anniversaries, and that is a self powered watch, like just motion. So it's got the little generator in there from motion. And so I've never had to replace anything on it. So that's had a lot of wear over the years. But so yeah, I was trying to get this. I was just trying to figure out how do I knew it could get a little tighter. So it was a little difficult trying to get it good and tight on the back, because it's supposed to be water resistant at least. But I'm sure you saw the second's hand. It was moving, so new battery in, watch is working. I just wanted to get one last real good tight screw on there.
One last screw.
Just so got it into the holder really well. and this time it was not going to pop out. And I just needed something for a little bit better leverage. And of course the band is in the way. But eventually here I get it to notch on there, and I get a pretty good torque on there. I was happy with. Anyway, so yes, Omega watches.
Expensive watches. Rolex.
Amiga.
Beautiful.
Definitely a watch I will probably never own, but I do love them. They're a gorgeous watch. But I did notice that from the time that my wife had gotten me this watch 25 years ago, that the cost of these watches, these guest collection watches, has gone up. So this watch has definitely gone up in value, and I do love this watch still to this day. I still think it's a beautiful watch, and it's got a little bit of a stopwatch on there as well. I think I'll show that in a minute. So here's the kit. Comes with a lot of these little extras. Little hammer there. Little mechanism for adding or taking away any of the links on the band. So and different tools for working on different kinds of watches as well. So I'm glad I got it, because I do have, I got some cheaper watches as well that I'll wear, and we'll need to replace the battery in those, I'm sure, from time to time. So actually, one of the watches I'm looking at is one of those Seiko World watches. Kind of maybe seeing if I can get one of those, because Roger Moore had those in some of his movies, and those were pretty cool. Would be a neat collector's piece, and those don't cost too much as well. But it would be kind of a fun watch to have and add to the collection. So we're going to put the kit together, and then get that closed, and then here I'll show you here it's got the little stopwatch on it. So you click the top, you can see it's got the seconds, milliseconds, and then minutes off to the far left. Then you can pause it and reset. And the band, this was one of the things I always loved about this watch, the invisible clip. It just, like, the seamless band. Love it. Yeah, look at that. Thanks to my beautiful wife. Bye, guys.